Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You guys hear that sound? Do you hear it? No, listen. Pay attention.
I think I hear it.
That's the window closing.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This
It's over.
slam shut quick, too.
It's over. I don't even know. I mean, are we allowed to say it was a good run? Was it a good run? I don't know if it was a good run or not, KG.
Sean, I don't even know how to process what just happened last night, to be honest with you. Like, I'm totally shocked. This team, I thought that, I thought that we had a better grasp on things, and I'm not confident about this team going into the season. Last night told us a lot.
We saw the importance of coordinators last night.
Yeah.
We did. We saw the importance of everybody was right.
Yeah, Ben Johnson
right.
was the mastermind. He was.
The Bears fans that besieged you and Anson last night, they're all right.
Yeah.
Everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
All right, I got to stop right there.
Nah, let's keep it going, man. We got another 2 hours.
Listen to me. Listen, Bears fans, listen to me. You might want to sit this one out. All right? Like, honestly, you might want to sit this out. You have here, I'm going to be the guy that tells you, okay? I'm going to be the guy that tells you. You are the most delusional fan base in the National Football League.
The most.
Everybody knows it. Like, I'm not even being funny. You guys are the most delusional fan base in the National Football League. Every year, it isn't we're going to win the North. It isn't we're going to make the playoffs. It's we're going to the Super Bowl. Like, stop it. Like, honest to God. Like, I'm not even taking shots at you. I'm telling you this for your own good. Like, you have that reputation, okay? So for you to talk shit about anybody, like, come on.
In a preseason game, mind you. Like, the Lions fans that was in there worrying, it wasn't even that bad, to be honest with you. A lot of people were just being more sarcastic than anything. The influx of Bears fans that wanted to come talk shit to us and say our season is over was astronomical. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't.
What?
Y'all got it, though. It's
See,
cool.
now, KG, I'm going to say it again,
got it.
okay? Like, I firmly believe there are rules to this. There are.
Yeah.
Hey, Chicago, can I tell you this? If you knock the Lions off in week 2, talk shit. We got to take it. It's like the medicine, okay? The doctor says, young Justin, you are not well. I know you may feel well, but you are not well. You need to take this medicine, okay? And young Justin, I have the spoon. You give young Justin the medicine, okay? That's right?
Yeah.
We're going to have to take it. Right now, we don't have to take anything from you, okay? And it's much like our Viking friends, okay? Yap. Disappear after the win there. Disappear after the win here. All of it, okay? But suddenly they came back after we lost in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Don't work that way.
No.
Not when you put up 9 points when everything was on the fucking line.
No, I'm sorry. Like, I have to take my medicine from the Commander fans. I have to take my medicine from the Eagle fans, okay?
Yeah.
I do.
Fair enough.
I don't have to take medicine from you. And I certainly don't have to take medicine from the Bears.
We ain't got to take medicine from anybody in this fucking North. We run the division. All roads go through Detroit, and people know that.
Don't know what to tell you. That you're just spitting facts this morning, okay? You guys, it was ugly. It was ugly from the – and I was wondering to myself, okay, who is going to be the first person that hits me up? The winner of that dubious distinction was JB.
Hey, shout out.
Congratulations, JB. You don't win any award. I'm just giving you public accolades.
Yeah.
Because JB hit right away. First play of the game, 9-8. And then as
Shout
it went,
out, JB.
and then when we got the ball back and the interception happened, it dropped to 8-9. And then the next turnover, it dropped to 7 and 10. And I think it bottomed out. I think we were 5 and 12. I think that was.
I think that was the final. Yeah.
I think that was the final one. I think we bottomed out at 5 and 12.
Damn, just mail it in now. Goddamn, what are we even cheering for at this point? I'll see y'all in 2026, man.
Hey, you know what, guys? At least I'm consistent here. Okay, like all jokes aside, there's nothing to take out of this game, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
As God is my witness, if you switch that scenario and it was 34-7, I'd be saying the same thing. Stop it. Yeah, you saw who was out there.
But Sean, Trey Lance carved us up. 13 to 22 tuds. Come on, Sean.
You know what was funny too is we were getting, and I apologize. I was out like a light, KG. I kind of planned on tapping in with you guys. I'm just going to tell you.
Good.
I'm going to tell you point blank. I was out like a light. Justin and I had a blast before the game. Justin, great job yesterday. It was funny because people were saying, "Oh my gosh, how did Hendon Hooker not get the start over this guy?" Right? You heard a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we all saw Hendon Hooker.
It wasn't that much better either. And to be honest, I think that's really one of the only storylines that you can take out of week 1, preseason 1. What the hell is going on with backup quarterback? Because Kyle Allen looked like trash, and then Hendon Hooker just does not look ready to me to take that number 2 spot. So you do wonder if they go out in preseason week 2 and put up the same type of performances. Is Brad making some phone calls at that point?
Now that's the kind of stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I don't think that Hendon Hooker's going to make this team. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Just again, honest to God, I'll tell you if I've heard things. That is, I not heard a damn thing. That's reading the tea leaves and really listening to what they say and don't say about Hendon Hooker. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to make the team. Maybe he does. Maybe he's a number 3. I don't know how you could go into the season. And KG, you tell me if you agree or not. I don't know how you could go into the season with this guy as your number 2.
Right, not at this point. And he's not prolific passing the football. Like there's some things that you like about his game. Of course, the thing that the fans are all caught up in is always mobile and things of that nature. But I talked about it last night. His tendency to tuck and run in certain situations, you can tell like it's kind of second nature to him. And that's something that at the NFL level you cannot succeed with on a constant basis. Like you will get hurt. Just tucking and running every time at the first sign of danger. You got to be able to keep your eyes open downfield. You got to try to be able to make plays when things are going correctly. And he has a good running ability. You do like that about him, but just far too many times it seems like he opts to tuck and run than try to look downfield and make a play. And that's kind of the rookie type of things that you look at him and say, I don't think he's ready for this spot, because if Jared Goff goes down, there's going to be a lot of stakes on the line. And I don't think that the Lions coaching staff trusts him to this point, and they have no reason to.
I'm a firm believer. I've said this once. I'll say it 1,000 times. Your starting quarterback goes down, your season's over. I understand that is not a hard and fast 100% rule. We've seen other teams do it. That is an exception to a far greater overall rule.
Right.
You know, old school, you can bring up Dave Hostetler did it for the Giants. Obviously, more recently, Nick Foles was able to do it. But how many times have we seen a starting quarterback go down? And that's it. I mean, that's legitimately it in the National Football League. There aren't enough good quarterbacks. There just aren't, okay?
Yeah.
And you can't absorb something like that. But to your point, you know, who's out there? You know, who's sitting at home right now going, nothing's going on, man. Yeah, sure. I was planning on coaching my high school football team this year, but yeah, I'll take a paycheck from the Lions sitting on the. There just aren't a lot of guys out there.
No.
And let's face it, we got to do everything we can to keep Jared Goff healthy, man.
No, because if you get in a situation to where, okay, Goff goes down, but it's only for a few games, I don't think you want to mail the season in, just depending on where you're at. So it's tough, man. And like you said, there aren't a lot of options, because I love Teddy Bridgewater. I appreciate his service to the Lions, and I've been fond of his career, even though he was a Viking. I've always liked Teddy Two Gloves. I don't want to see him back. I really don't.
Here.
Because, I mean, he had to come in the playoffs, and it didn't necessarily look that good to begin with. And he's just at that point that I'm not sure if he can complete a forward pass consistently. So at this point, you got to try to find another option. I do feel like there are better options. Like we talked about the Cleveland Browns on the show last night, and they do have a myriad of quarterbacks that, once Shedeur Sanders wins the job, which we all assume he will, they will have some people to sacrifice. You look at a Joe Flacco. We brought up Dylan Gabriel, although most of the panel shit on that. But it's options out there, but you do have to kind of find something else than what you were doing before, because so far, like, it doesn't look like Kyle Allen or Hendon Hooker is capable of holding that number 2 spot.
KG, you know there's only one man that can save us.
Who?
There's only one man that can save us.
Sean Hill?
And if JB could put the American flag behind me, maybe that'll give you a hint.
Hulk Hogan?
America's quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Yes.
Go get him.
Yes.
Go get him.
Yes.
No.
Listen, JB, that would
Proud
be at
to
least a
be
week
an
of wearing no
American.
pants. That on it. Oh, you brought Jameis to the. I would be pantless for at least a week. Oh my gosh.
Why, JB? Why you don't want Jameis, man?
I think it's just his outside off the field
love
antics.
Jameis. I need him.
He's just a little too
please.
much for me.
Inject that in my-
He's not my first choice, obviously, and I think I was with you guys last night when you were talking about, hey, Dylan Gabriel could be out, so there's your option right there with Cleveland, but Winston is just not my cup of tea. Like, I'm just not a fan of his. I'm sorry.
For a 2 to 3 game sample size in this offense, I would love to see Jameis.
I'm sorry
Winston
you don't
in this
like
offense.
America, JB. That makes me sad.
I love America. I just don't care for Jameson. I think there's another a Michigan native who has a house here, who actually has somewhere to place this Lombardi Trophy that could be here, who is currently in Atlanta right now as a backup.
Oh, I know you ain't talking about that man, are you?
I'm talking about that man who was on quarterbacks.
Oh my God, Spartan
that
Dog,
guy.
huh? Spartan Dog. Oh, okay. How would you feel? And Sean, you can speak to this because you a State fan. Is Kirk Cousins a realistic possibility as a backup?
I would take him as a backup. I would.
Does he want to be?
That's exactly. I would take him as a Kirk Cousins as a starter. I wouldn't want it.
No,
thanks for the
absolutely not.
memories and all that stuff. And seriously, he ushered in an era of Michigan State football that, JB, let's be honest, we never thought we'd see that.
True.
He was the start. Connor Cook took it next level.
Oh
you can
my
say what you want about Connor Cook.
Yes.
The man just won. I mean, that's what he did. You know what he was? You know what I loved about Connor Cook? He was so dumb. He was so dumb that he had no memory. When he did something dumb on the previous drive, he just come back. It didn't mean anything to come. It didn't mean anything to him. Do you know how many times we saw that? It was unbelievable.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I think we need a backup
I just don't think
quarterback.
he wants to be a backup at this point.
No, I don't
would
think he
love to
does.
have him as a backup.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
exactly it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. America, man. Jameis Winston, you bring America's quarterback.
Well, at least I know I'm free.
Oh my gosh, would that be great?
Today is Hulk Hogan Day, by the way.
Oh,
in
God.
Florida.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, the mayor down in Florida did announce that today is officially Hulk Hogan Day.
Of course, in
yeah.
Florida, they did a Hulk Hogan Day. It makes perfect sense.
We'd
Full
love,
circle.
We'd love for you guys to tap in. What will you remember most about this? About 2.5 year era of Lions football that ended last night. What's your fondest memory? I mean, you guys can jump in with the chat with that. Obviously, super chat. Get to the head of the line. There were some shenanigans at that football stadium yesterday. I don't know if you heard about that. We'll talk about it. A little malfunction. I told you guys, I've been there many times. I've broadcast games from there. It is a glorified high school football stadium. It's really nice.
Yeah.
But it's a glorified high school football stadium. We'll get into that. We'll get into some of the sights and sounds of the game last night as well. But the gang's all here. You got KG, JB, young Justin in the chair. When we come back, we'll tell you about some of the shenanigans and some of the media members that got stuck in the press box as well, in case you missed that. But first, JB, where are we going?
We need to hear from Mad Packs. I don't know if that's you, KG. Or...
Man, I ain't got no reads over here, but I'll tell the people about Mad Packs. Go ahead. This is one of them type of mornings. Mad Packs, I absolutely need that right now. But listen, they got products that have just hit retailers as of May 30th, man. So make sure you are getting your Mad Packs today, man. They got some of the best cannabis around, and you will not be disappointed, man. It's Mad Packs.
Read this.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. And prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
All right, sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or simply chilling at home, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest line of recreational cannabis products. 27 locations across the state, 9 alone in Metro Detroit. So there's always a Jars near you, very close by. But don't fear, because if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, stores are popping up your way very, very soon. If you don't have time to check out all their products in store, check them out online at jarscannabis.com and check out their Instagram at jars_life. Because you know what? I know you want to get high.
Like right now.
Big time. Especially, you know what? We talked about how we just closed the window. As fate would have it, I wish I could turn the camera around so you guys could see I'm not bullshitting you. The dude is outside the studio windows right now cleaning the windows. Well, because they're closed. He can finally clean them, right?
Right? It makes perfect sense.
So I'm going to ask you guys a word later on. Everybody in studio and you guys in the chat as well. Feel free to drop a super chat. Go to the top of the line. One word to describe your feelings about what the Tigers did yesterday. We're going to hit that heavy later on. Obviously, talking a lot about the Lions. JB, as I mentioned, people can jump in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Get your take on what transpired last night. Super chat, you go to the front of the line. JB, what you got?
Shout out to everyone sending in super chats as well too. I'm trying to get all of them because we did get a couple few on break that we gotta mention, so I will find them. This is from Sideless earlier.
Shout out.
$5. digging up the Trey Lance cards as we speak to sell. I'm sorry.
That value
but
ain't
your
never been higher.
cards have been demoted to coasters.
That value ain't never been higher, boy.
He brought that
Trey
Justin.
Lance is back.
Justin, you remember that? He was talking about all his side cards, and I told you I had a bunch of Pat Falloon side cards that are worthless today. That's awesome.
Hilarious.
That's awesome.
He's back.
He is back. $4.99 from Dante151. He said watching paint drying was more fun to watch than that game last night, and I lasted 3 quarters and called it a night. Tesla and Love It looked good.
Dante, you shared something with me on Twitter I'm going to read in a second that kind of made me chuckle as well. But we all knew it though, right? I mean, we've been talking about, like, for me, it was just like, I want to hear the intro, dun, 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 and then it's all going to come down from there.
Did your pants come off?
They kind of came off, you know what I mean?
They got stuck on the thigh.
Yeah, they kind of came off, and
stuck
whoa, like
Right,
that. But
right.
it didn't come all the way down. But I would say it was about 2/5.
Okay.
About 2/5.
About a half bulge, you know.
Yeah.
All right, not bad.
About a half bulge.
We got $5 from Trevor Pierce.
Shout out.
What up, Trevor?
Price. Watching Trey Lance dab up his team against third stringers was hilarious.
Bro, he carved us up last night.
Isn't that hysterical?
Carved us
It's
up.
just-
70%.
Like and
Completion percentage.
like and here's the thing: you really, honest to God, you have to wonder if there are human beings like Charger fans going, "Oh, we might have something. This could be a good trade piece."
If they do, then Justin Herbert, you need to get out now.
Right,
'Cause
exactly.
It's just like, what?
Jeez, oh Pete.
We got another one, $4.99 from Swag King. This is for you, KG. Said, I'm spending money to tell all of you, thank God KG isn't the GM. Talking about Love It hiding on the practice squad. He gets stolen so fast.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you want from me because this team is not going to carry a whole lot of receivers, and most of the spots are taken up. I love it. I think he's really good, but his only way on this team is as a returner. Just being real. Like, as far as being an actual receiver on the roster taking up a spot, it's not going to happen. So...
And finally, one last one from Dante151, directed towards me, apparently. JB Smooth, don't you disrespect America's QB,
Amen.
Jameis Winston. He is a saint, and he loves his crab legs. Also, the Pirates should be shamed.
Fight for the rights of every man.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I mean, that's a huge shout out to Dante. I need Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Jameis in DC?
Oh, my God.
Oh,
What?
my. Entertainment constantly.
I'm not going to lie. Jameis in this offense would be kind of nasty because we all know he's capable, but it's all about, you know, what Jameis you going to get that day. But, you know, he's a loose cannon
What
cop as
Jameis you
well,
gonna
much
get
like
that
we
day?
talk about Jack Flair.
Yeah,
Jameis Winston is also in that same category.
I'm telling you, one of the most entertaining games I've watched in recent years was that Monday night game where Jameis threw for like 498 and threw 4 interceptions or was it 5? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Like my son and I were watching that game and remember they got the ball back late and he was at like 498 and we're like, come on, just complete one more pass.
Right.
Just go over 500. And of course he completed one more pass to the opposition.
Of
So like
course.
he finished with like 498 and 4 or 5 interceptions. Neil and I are texting each other, are you watching this? This might be the greatest game in NFL history. I love Jameis Winston.
I love the roller coaster that is Jameis Winston. Man. Bring him home.
Speaking of Dante, he sent this to me, and this was week 1 preseason. Are you a fan or a moron? Okay? A fan understands that there are second and third string players playing so the coaches can analyze them. A moron says same old Lions after 1 preseason game.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Number 2, realizes that the team won't play as well without the starters in. A moron sees only the negatives of a fumble and an interception, does not see the obvious improvement in ball placement and velocity of the passes made by the backup quarterback.
That's hilarious.
3, won't call for the coaches or players' heads if the performance is lackluster because they understand the process. 3, will claim the season is over.
It was a lot of morons.
Finally, 4, won't claim the regular season is over or we're going to the Super Bowl after 1 meaningless game. Wants coaches and players fired after 1 meaningless outing. Sadly, there are still human beings that exist like that. Not as many. Trust me, not as many. But there are some that still exist. Try telling that backup linebacker that this isn't important. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like I'm begging you, stop it.
They not gonna do it, and you know they not. But listen, we appreciate your fandom. You know, we welcome any and all fans, but we know what the fuck this is by now. The real ones know. If you know, you know.
So did you see? Can you do the elevator thing, JB?
Yeah.
Our guy J. Raj, Justin Rogers.
Shout out.
The one elevator at Tom Benson Stadium has broken down. We've been told the stairs don't go where we need to get. Not sure any Detroit media will make it to the locker room or Campbell's post-game conference.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
How does that happen?
You know, and the NFL poured like a shitload of money into that stadium not too long ago, too.
Yeah.
And trust me, I know from being there, like especially that line, we've been told the stairs don't go to where we need to go. Do you know where the stairs take you to? Behind the stadium.
Really?
Like literally where you walk in, it takes you like behind the stadium. More going towards, I wish I could, it's almost like where Jack's is, the car wash, like literally right there.
Shout out, Jack's.
That's where the Hall of Fame is.
Oh, wow.
Like the Hall of Fame's right. So you walk out the back door and you're like, oh, cool, I guess I'm going to the, you have to walk like around the stadium to get back down to where the locker room is.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
what a
that's
pain
funny.
in the ass. That's crazy.
That's what happens when you go to a glorified high school football stadium. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a really nice stadium. It is.
Yeah, but what did
for a high school stadium?
What did the NFL spend money on then if they put all these renovations into it?
Evidently not elevators.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like you kind of need more than one. I would assume.
No, they really. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the late Saints owner Tom Benson was from there.
Okay.
And that's why I don't remember the exact story. You're gonna have to forget. Remember Tom Benson? He'd dance after games and stuff. A little old guy. I think he's from there. So they put a lot of money into that facility. And wow, is that funny?
But nobody thought, hey, maybe we need a second staircase that actually leads, to the locker room.
Right to the locker room.
Yeah. That's crazy. But
might need to invest some more money in there.
I mean, it is the Hall of Fame for Jesus' sake,
Did I ask, have you guys been there? Have you guys been to the Hall of Fame?
I have not. I want to though.
Go.
Definitely want to. It's a bucket list.
It's number 2 on my list, and part of this probably is I'm a big hockey fan. The Hockey Hall of Fame's unbelievable in Toronto. The NFL, the Pro Football Hall of Fame's unbelievable. It's really cool, and having the opportunity to take my kid there a few years back, and then I broadcast a game for Wayne State in the stadium like a couple hours later.
Yeah.
What a great father-son type thing, man. It really, really a cool vibe there. All right, 34-7. What can you say? I'm going. If you guys want to overreact, go right ahead. I'm with you, KG. All I can do is advise you that it doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. If you want to rant and rave and scream, do what you need to. 34-7. It was ugly. It was bad. I was glad that football was back. Honestly,
that's all it was.
I mean that. I was glad that football was back. It just hits different, and obviously it hits different because it was our Lions. But I've always felt that way about the Hall of Fame game, though, man. It's like this time of year when you get the Hall of Fame game, I don't care who's playing. It's like, all right, cool. We're almost there.
Yeah,
we're almost for me. I'm not that I've been counting this down for the last 100 days. We're only 22 days away from watching real college football.
Yeah.
Okay? And on a day like today, KG, you and I were talking about, it hits a little different, man. Mm-hmm. A day like today, you get up in the morning, you can almost smell the pig in the air, and we were all talking, open up those windows, get some real air going through the house, man, and just prepare to watch some football. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the weather's changing. You love to see that. And, yeah, we finally got to taste the NFL football. The new season is here. And it's been a long wait, of course, for us, depending on seeing how shit ended in the playoffs last year. But I'm really excited for this team. Everything's in front of them as long as they can stay healthy. That's literally the only thing stopping us.
Legitimately a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think – KG, that's where you separate where the Tigers are right now, whether we want to admit it or not. I can say with full certainty the Detroit Lions are a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
No, absolutely.
can't say that about the Tigers.
No, and this is why I've
hope I'm
had
wrong.
my views on the Tigers.
Oh, you've been consistent.
I didn't expect them to be a World Series team this year, and their makeup of their team does not. Like you said, the Lions, tangibly for a fact, you ain't even got to second guess it. That is a Super Bowl contender. Hands down. They got all the talent in the world. They got the best coaches. They are a well-oiled machine, and they are ready to go. I can't say that about the Tigers, although they are having a great year, a great regular season, and nobody saw this coming. Nobody did.
Listen, we're up against it. We're already late, so, why change now? We're 2 weeks into it. Why change now?
It's preseason for us, too. That's my excuse.
Poor JB. JB, when we come back, let's hear from Hutch. Let's hear from Tesla. Let's hear from the Egyptian magician. We'll hear from Hendon Hooker as well. A lot of sounds and sights to get to you guys. Again, gang's all here. We got JB, we got KG, we got young Justin in the chair. I don't know when young Justin graduates and he's not young anymore. Maybe he becomes not so young Justin at some point in time, but for the time being, he's young Justin. Where are we going, JB?
I gotta tell them about Buddies, who was the sponsor for you guys last night.
Yeah, big
You
shout
guys
out
had
to
the
Buddies,
pizza,
man. Best pizza on God's green earth.
Buddies Pizza wants to brisket brew and rendezvous with you. I know those bars
Sean,
right
keep
there.
your pants on.
Brisket.
Try the new barbecue brisket pizza, barbecue chicken
I want
salad,
that shit. I ain't
and the refreshing Buddy Brew, Summer Shanty, and the Super Summer Sunday. Man, they got all these.
They got Summer Shanty? Oh,
yeah. This is wild.
About to slide through there.
All at your neighborhood Buddies or at buddiespizza.com. And don't forget, Buddies is more than just pizza. Their new Smash Stacks are burgers done the Detroit-style way. Square slice, smash stack, full flavor, only at Buddies Pizza, buddiespizza.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Hey, BlackRock's 8 weeks of giveaways rolls on with week 3. Incredible things to be had. Congrats to our Filet for a Year winner, Gretchen Peters from Portage. Shout out, Gretchen. Props. Next up, one lucky winner is about to level up their backyard barbecue with a Traeger grill. Enter by scanning the QR code. Every entry also gets you a shot at the grand prize, 4 tickets to the home football opener on September 14th. This entry period closes Sunday. That's right, August 3rd. So tap in, ready, set, sizzle. Make your steak exactly the way that you want it at BlackRock. All right, what's up? So is there... I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. In terms of a returning player, the most anticipation has to be Hutch back on the field, right?
Without a doubt.
Right? Can we all agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're hyped about J-Mo and how high J-Mo can go, and Justin and I now are financially invested in that as well. Don't let us down, J-Mo. Don't let us down, okay? But seeing Hutch back on the field is just going to hit different, and he's ready to go.
Hutch being down there, being healthy and ready to go, how much are you salivating to get back on the field and hit somebody?
Oh man, you have no idea, man. It's been a long time without football in my life, and camp's been fun so far. But I can't wait for that week 1 in Lambeau. You know, it's going to be electric, man. It's been a long off season, so I'm ready to jump back into football.
Dude, it just listening to his excitement. If that doesn't get the heart pumping, I don't know what to tell you. It's like you could just feel it going thud in your chest. He's ready to go. I always am amazed. Like I said this before, okay? When you're that big and yet that lean, it's freak of nature stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, the freakiest human being I've ever seen is Ndamukong Suh.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
He was 300 pounds, okay? His midsection was that thin.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane.
And the way he moved, too, for a defensive tackle, he was nasty.
Gosh.
He was absolutely nasty. Those type of people, we call them generational type talents. And I believe Hutch to be in that same ilk. I'm really looking forward to what he's going to look like back on the field, because I don't think it'll take long for him to get back to the Hutch we all know and love, man. He's been chomping at the bit. He's all but healthy, and he's the best player on your defense. So having him back on the defensive side of the ball, that changes everything for this Lions team. It does.
I want to repeat what my guy Spenny just said, by the way, too, because we have this group text with the whole staff at Woodward. And Spenny said, shout out to everyone who held it down on the pregame watch party and postgame shows.
Shout out.
Last night. We had a blast. The people were representing. Spenny, amen. Shout out to that.
If it was up to Anson, we'd still be doing the postgame show right now. So shout out to Anson, man. That's my guy.
All right, so
to the morning show.
Right.
right. I'm surprised Anson's not in here. Like, look around. Maybe he's hiding. He wants to jump back in, right?
I didn't see him leave last night.
So let me ask you. So obviously the returning guys, we all agreed. Hutch is the guy. Hutch is the guy we're most. All right, the newcomers to this team. All right, and this one's a little more difficult. Who are you most excited about in regards to the newcomers? All right, because there seems to be a lot of hype about this next guy that we're going to hear from. We'll give you that in just a second. But for you guys in the room, okay, JB, Justin, KG, is there one of the newcomers that you're sitting back going, okay, this is my guy. This is the guy I want to see in action. KG, hate to put you on the spot, but is there one guy that's got you more hyped up than the other?
Yeah, Tyleik Williams. I absolutely want to see what Tyleik Williams is going to look like, because he's going to play a big role early in the season.
Yep.
Without Aleem McNeil being on the field, we keep hearing around Thanksgiving. Hopefully it's a little shorter than that, but you're going to miss him for a long time. And Tyleik needs to step into that role. And once again, he's not going to be asked to do anything extraordinary. All you got to do is be a big body and plug up the holes and stop the run. If you can get to the quarterback, that's an added bonus. But you're playing next to a DJ Reader, and we expect you to be able to make the same type of impact that Aleem McNeil would make if he was in there.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. In terms of need and necessity right now, I think the only answer is Tyleik.
Yeah, he's your first round pick for a reason.
There are a couple guys that based on potential and where they were drafted that could make a serious conversation. I'll save them for a second because we're going to actually hear from one of them. Hey, Justin, is that the same routine for you? It's Tyleik and everybody else right now?
I'm actually most excited to see DJ Reed. I really want to see his impact on the secondary.
I can't argue that.
I personally believe that his consistency is, especially staying healthy. I have major questions about Carlton Davis going into last year, and I think deservedly so. He was Band-Aid over the last 3 years of his career. DJ Reed didn't play all the games last year, but I think him being younger and having a better track record for playing games, I think just him being there for a full season will be huge for this defense. So I really like DJ Reed going in, especially with how much better the corners and the safeties are going to grow again after they already proved that they're the best safety duo in the NFL. So I think that the infrastructure for the secondary is just very vastly improved for there to be a standout from DJ Reed.
Now, and yeah, it doesn't have to be a rookie, right? It doesn't. We're talking about newcomers. JB, is there one for you that's kind of tickling your nether region?
There is one person. Like, I agree with KG. I do want to see Tyleik, but I think I have confidence in both him and Tate at this point. I think someone that we seen last night, Isaac Tesla, like, The dude is nice. The dude
Yeah.
is very nice. He has that potential to where it could go for him as a receiver. Who knows? A lot of people are saying he is like Puka-like or Puka-esque, that he could have that type of season. Soft hands. This guy was a QB back in high school, transitioned to wide receiver. Like, he's just impressing me. And even more with what I've seen last night, the sky's the limit for this guy, and I'm just locked in to see where he could go next.
Hey, and real quick, shout out to Thomas Woodward in the chat. He will be the next Jalen Carter, KG. I assume he's talking about Tyleek Williams. That's big.
Dude,
that's a big comparison.
From your words to God's ears.
I
Oh
would
my
love
gosh,
that.
are you kidding me?
If he turns out to be that, this defense, ooh.
There is a different kind of vibe when you're talking about that, JB, when you're talking about those guys that we took later that I don't think anybody's expecting to jump in and be superstars now, but raw potential and what might be, and two more notches in the Brad Holmes is uber genius belt. We're going to hear from one of them right now, your guy, Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to coaching and everything else that needs to happen for me to catch the ball. So obviously on those plays that ended up happening, I mean, it's easy to catch the ball when you're wide open like that. So obviously it's great to get my feet wet a little bit. First couple plays kind of get the rookie jitters, first plays out. But no, great to be out there and make plays for sure.
What was your emotion and your feelings when you caught those two big catches early on for you?
Definitely a lot of emotion on that first one. I kind of felt good to drop my shoulder a little bit into that DB. Definitely very hyped up about that one. And then, I don't know, football's definitely an emotional game, but you got to be able to tame those emotions. So when you're making plays, don't get the highs be too high, the lows be too low.
Once you started making a couple plays, did you just feel like the game you've been playing for a long time again?
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to TJ earlier, and he kind of asked me a question. That's exactly what I said. I mean, at the end of the day, football is football, so it's the game I've been playing since I was in third grade.
When did you start to feel those jitters early on today?
For me, I typically don't get too nervous. Obviously, it was definitely a big game for a lot of us, but especially us rookies, it's our first NFL action, so it was more of like nervous anticipation than I would say, any sort of like jitters or anything. But it was good to get out there. Once I got out there and got in the flow of things, it definitely felt good.
Doesn't he just seem like a good dude?
Yeah, he does.
He just seems like a good dude, man.
I did see some chatter in some of the comment section saying that this was him low-key calling for the ball more. If you listen to some of the words that he said, a lot of people think that he was demanding the ball a little bit more.
I don't mind that.
I don't either.
I don't.
To be real.
I hope people aren't like complaining about that.
In preseason, get your shit off. I mean, you can't do that in the regular season, but preseason, carte blanche.
I don't mind that. Hey guys, I know we got a bunch of shit on the field. I can stomp out a lot of this shit, right? I mean, I don't mind that at all. Another guy that people are excited about. It's the promise of him. I mean, how many projects have we seen over the years that really didn't pan out? But obviously, I call him, shout out to all the Jerky Boys fans out there, the Egyptian magician. Let's get some thoughts on him.
I take so much pride in that. You gotta earn the right pass rush. You have to establish the balance of the game. That's what Coach Shep always says. And for me, just somebody that came and was only playing football for such a short time, and I've been through a lot in life, and I call my dad. I always call my dad at the beginning of the game. And man, it's kind of crazy that I have the NFL logo, and before every game I call him. I'm gonna start crying. Before every game I call him, and it's like, boys, you stay. Before every game I'm gonna pray together. I call my wife and we pray together. So it's kind of unreal to me. Just like I FaceTime and I see the NFL logo, and I was like, Dad, we're here. We're here. That kind of stuff. But man, it's unreal, So I'm so grateful to be here. I just want to keep growing, and I really want to prove myself to this team.
What a great story, man. Gosh, can you imagine if this kid pans out and he's all that, all right? And listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that one of the biggest things I like, one of my biggest pet peeves in this business, when people pontificate about that which they don't know.
Right.
You know what I know about him? I saw him play a couple times. I didn't have my magnifying glass out. I wasn't sitting there trying to be Mel Kiper or anything like that. I know what I read. I know what people are saying he could be. But, man, you get a guy like that with that attitude, he's going to run through 3 walls for you, man. And again, KG, this guy hits. Let's say he's just a good player.
Yeah.
Man, the legend of Brad Holmes is just going to get bigger and bigger.
Hey, we can never say the word edge rusher to Brad again if this one pans out for real, because in the face of, oh, why don't you take James Pierce? Oh, why ain't you select this guy? He gets this guy in the 6th round, and he turns out to be something like anything, really. That we can't say anything to Brad Holmes at that point. And for Hassanin, it's going to be simple. Just try to get to the quarterback, bro, because that's going to be the way you make your impression amongst the fan base and amongst the coaching staff, to be honest with you. You got to be able to make plays when they give you the opportunity to go out there and make plays. And he will have some opportunities as a rotational piece, but if somebody goes down with injury, he might see extended playing time, and if he does, he has to be able to capitalize on those opportunities.
No doubt about that. Hendon Hooker, we talked about it earlier in the show. I've said for a while now, I don't think he's going to make the team. I don't. I don't think he's done enough the last couple of years. I think there's a reason that they went out and got Kyle, just like there was a reason that they went out and got a high school football coach last fall. I think being the key and operative word, I think Hendon knows what's up, and we got some comments from Hendon as well.
I'm just, very disappointed in myself as far as I was saying earlier, just leading the troops down the field and making more plays.
One thing Dan said he liked about what you did was getting to the right checks. See some things at the line of scrimmage. Those are things that we don't always see or know. Can you just tell us how much better you're seeing the game and what you were able to do in that regard today?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of that just comes from repetition of watching film and the reps that I've had in practice over the past 2 seasons, getting those Friday reps down in the red zone against the one defense and seeing, okay, they're getting to cover 0, and this is the different ways they're getting to cover 0. And the Chargers, fourth and short and 3rd and short, they were getting to a lot of cover 0, so I was getting to my 0 checks and getting 7-man pro and really just trying to make quick decisions out there on the fly. That was something that we talked about before, was taking more control of the line of scrimmage, and that's what I look to do tonight.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm rooting for the kid. I liked him at Tennessee. He was having a phenomenal season until he blew the knee out. When he got drafted, I didn't hate it. I understood it. And if it doesn't work out, I'm certainly not going to crucify Brad Holmes for it. But, and Justin, you pointed this out yesterday. A lot of people said that this guy was a product of the system. A lot of guys felt that he was a product of the system. He's had opportunities to show people he can be something else. And Justin, he just hasn't taken advantage of them, man. There's no other way to say it.
No, he really hasn't. He looks like he's a guy looking for those windowed reads that are easy, where he only has to look at 1 or 2 receivers from that Heupel offense, where in the NFL, the game is so much quicker. The coverages are so much more complex, where he just looks lost. Every time he's back there, he's looking to run instead of the throw downfield. And when he does throw downfield, there was times where I didn't even think I was watching the Hendon Hooker I watched in college. Like, is that crazy to say, where you get to a point where he's overthrowing receivers? Like, I never saw him overthrow a receiver in college, like the way that he did when the receiver was cutting over the middle of the field on a 15-yard cross.
Aiden Childs, I'm sorry. Something in my throat, man. I apologize.
No, it sounds familiar. It does. And shout out to Grim in the chat, Grim9488. He is a great running back. Is that where we're at with Hendon Hooker now? Is he just a running back? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's tough.
Jeez.
When all else fails, look to America. I just grab that American flag and
American.
Listen, drape it around your body. And Jameis, come on. We got a place for you.
Yeah.
We got a place for you.
Come on home.
They have 15 quarterbacks in the Giants room anyway. It's just, come on. We're here. My bosom waits. Listen, we're up against it. One more NFL thing, actually a couple more NFL things, and then we want to get into the Tigers. But as I mentioned, for you guys out there in the chat, being here yesterday at about 6:30 was epic. And KG, you were here. Justin, you came in later delivering those delicious Buddy's pizzas. But there was a lot of, crashing out in the studio. I came in at the end of of Easy and Spenny. Make sure you check out the heavyweights every day. I felt like I got kicked in the sternum. I'm not going to lie. KG, I'm not just saying this for your benefit. I woke up today and I don't feel as badly as I did yesterday.
And as you shouldn't.
I don't feel as badly as I did yesterday.
I told you yesterday, this trade deadline could have been a lot worse for the Tigers. So at least they did something, A, and then B, for what they did and the value that they got out of some of these guys, I can see what they're trying to do. So me personally as a fan, like I said, my expectations are lowered. So let's just take that with a grain of salt. Like, I'm cool. Like the only thing I wish they had done is get a bat. That was the only thing they're missing.
So two football things I want to hit on, JB. This is more for your benefit than anything else. In case you haven't seen it, College Game Day and Big Noon Kickoff crews were announced. Want to talk about that a little bit because people like me, I'm gonna say it again. 22 days away from Week 0, man.
Almost there.
I am so psyched. I don't care that next to nobody's playing that day. But there you go. There's a look at the crew. Lee Corso, of course, Week 1
last year.
Look,
Thank
okay,
gosh.
you guys. Okay, KG, I'm glad you said it. Okay,
man, I'm gonna miss him.
He, absolute legend. Okay, I don't like seriously for somebody like me. He is part of me growing up. I'm not even being funny. Okay, it's been horrible for years. It has been, and I'm not being mean. It's embarrassing that they've trotted out him. I'm sorry. I'm glad that they're going to give him one more week and one more ride-off into the sun. But Saban, McAfee, Herbie, Reese Davis, Dez, so not a lot of changes there.
Yep.
The Big Noon Kickoff, and I'm sorry, you guys, I'm game day all day. I like game day. Maybe it's because I'm a creature of habit, but Portnoy and Herb there together is going to be kind of funny. Leinart, Brady Quinn, Rob Stone, and Mark Ingram is going to be your coverage. All right, death not an option. What are you going with, Game Day or Big Noon?
Game Day, hands down. I don't like Dave Portnoy like that, so I guess that's kind of turning me off from the other one. I do. Urban Meyer, I hate him as a coach and as a person. He's a great commentator.
I couldn't agree with you more.
He is a great commentator. I got to give it up.
I feel so dirty even thinking that.
I swear. But you got to give it up. When somebody's good, you got to give them their props. But College Game Day, hands down.
Justin?
See, what sucks is it would easily be College Game Day if they would have kept my man David Pollock. I love David Pollock. He was such a good analyst.
He was boring. That was his fault.
I know.
It really was.
I know. But he was like the one guy on the show who I genuinely thought that he was football guy.
Yep.
Like Kirk Herbstreit is now football guy on that show, and he's not enough of a football guy.
I can't stand
in terms of just bringing that type of energy. But I still would take College Game Day. It's such a classic. They still got I do like adding Jim Fowler on there. I think he does a great job with college football. So I do think that the lineup is deep, especially with them getting rid of Corso. I know that the nostalgia is there. I love Lee Corso. I grew up watching the headgear. It was one of my favorite things. But
we all do.
He's just not. He doesn't have it anymore.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah,
I mean, it really has.
It has.
It's been
when it slips, it slips. And I'm glad to have him. Glad to have him back for Week 1. But it's time for the send off, and I'm excited to see what this new crew has to offer because they are very, very good. And I'm Team Game Day. But make sure for your Michigan college sports, you tune in to our pregame shows that we'll have on Saturdays. Michigan home games, we'll have our own pregame show on campus, so make sure you tap into that. More details coming soon.
JB, you got a favorite?
I do actually, and I'm going to go against the grain against you guys
Big
right now.
Noon?
Look, I like College Game Day, but I think I've seen just a little bit too much. Give me Big Noon just for the simple fact that you got this cast of guys, and it's just unpredictable. I feel like it'll be a lot more entertaining than College Game Day is. No disrespect to them, but they are just a little bit too much polished for me. Give me Big Noon Kickoff for the excitement, the unpredictability that you're going to find with Urban Meyer, Portnoy, Leinart, Mark Ingram. As old as Urban is, he still has his pulse on what's going on.
No, Urban is the best.
Give me Big Noon Kickoff.
Urban is the best commentator on that panel. Who else is even touching him?
Gosh damn, I feel dirty. Yeah. Herb is out. And trust me, if you've listened to me, I was ripping on Urban Meyer a lot longer than you were. You got to believe me. I mean, people that listen to me over the years, I saw his act up close and personal when he was at BG. So I've kind of known what Urban Meyer is, but man, when that camera comes on, he's outstanding.
He knows how to break down the game for sure. But when you just look at that big noon lineup, I mean, it's Urban Meyer. It's shout out to Brady Quinn, friend of the network. He's really good. But
shout out.
After that, it's just like, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Matt Leinart. Rob Stone is okay. I haven't seen a lot of Mark Ingram either. So I don't know about this crew, man. I don't.
So by the way, just in case the John Smith stuff doesn't work out, JB, yes, I would sell my soul to Satan. Do whatever you can to bring Urban Meyer to East Lansing.
Yeah.
Whatever you can.
Yeah. At that.
Like, seriously, legitimately, at that point in time, I don't care anymore. You broke me down. Okay, I'm in bed with Satan now.
Yeah.
Like that's.
We need to get our get back on him as Michigan anyway, so that's fine. Y'all can hire him again, so we can tap that ass. I'm cool with that.
Can I bring up the top 10 quarterbacks of all time list? I always like laughing at this stuff because, I'm one of these guys when we have these conversations. Like Justin, you'll appreciate this. People ask me, who are your top hockey players? You've done it for forever, and broadcast games in the NHL and stuff like. I refuse to talk about guys I didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay, I do. I don't know if you guys are like that. Like, I'm gonna let my late dad tell you about Otto Graham. You know what I mean? Hey, Dad, can you tell me about Howie Morenz in hockey? I know that name went over 10,000 heads. You know what I like to stick with guys that I've seen.
That's true, but if you're going off other people's word, that might be kind of like a biased answer because, somebody could have been a Johnny Unitas fan and hype up their stats and accomplishments, and then once you see it, it's not really, it don't hit the same for you. So,
all right,
that's the only thing.
I'm glad that there's one name on there because I think the generations following me do not understand how good Dan Marino is.
Oh, absolutely.
Dan Marino is near the tippy top. I'm not going to say the best, okay? Dan Marino did things like there's a reason his record stood forever.
Yeah.
They literally changed the rules of the National Football League, the way the game is played and called to elevate everything to the numbers that Dan Marino put up in 1984. 5,000 yards passing and 48 touchdowns, man.
He was ahead of his time. He really was.
Talking, listen, KG, 20 years ahead of his time.
Yeah, he did that in 70s football. Like, come on, bro. It was a whole different game. It wasn't even a passing game back then, for real. So, no, you got to give it up to Dan Marino and his accomplishments. But, I mean, on this list, though, how high would you put him? Do you think he's in the right spot?
I would put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
Okay.
I really would. And I know what people are saying, but they won Super Bowls. We're talking about quarterbacks. I would have no problem putting Dan Marino at 5. None. Zero. Zilch.
Okay.
None.
What do you have any other gripes with this list? Because I'm looking at this list. I don't hate it. You could reorder some things. I think 1 and 2 is pretty self-explanatory, but
I never saw Johnny U, so I'm going to practice what I preach. I don't know.
Yeah. Here's a question for you.
All right.
Peyton Manning and all his greatness. We all know Peyton Manning and the career that he had. More regular season than postseason, but I digress. He did get some chips. Can you put Patrick Mahomes above him at this point?
Yes. Yes, you could.
Who?
Yes.
Over Peyton Manning.
Over Peyton Manning.
On this
yes.
all-time list.
Yes, you could.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yes, you could.
I'd put Mahomes above Peyton Manning.
Peyton's another guy, though. Do you know what I think part of Peyton's problem was? He lived in the Tom Brady era.
Yeah.
I really people forget how good prime Peyton was.
Yeah.
Oh, he was damn
but
good.
he wasn't the alpha. He wasn't the best quarterback in the league. And I think when
only a couple times in that era could I say he was better than Brady, to your point. I agree with you.
Yes.
I agree.
In the regular season.
Yes. Only a couple times. That was it.
And that's why I think when you are the Goliath of an era, you immediately get put on the short list of the greatest of all time. I think that's why people are so quick to anoint Patrick Mahomes as one of the best quarterbacks of all time, even though he still has 8 good years in him as a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he's already accomplished so much. He's 4 on this list. That is actually insane, and he's almost about halfway in his career right now, and he has the potential to easily get up to 2 and even challenge for 1 if he can challenge the number of Super Bowls that Tom Brady got.
I was one of those guys, and I always said we're guilty of pimping the guys in our generation, okay?
Yeah.
I was always one of those guys that said Joe Montana is the best quarterback I ever saw until Patriots-Falcons. Like, I'm not joking. That game, when they came back, and I think I told you guys, I was doing Fox at the time, and Dan Miller and I were watching that game in studio, and we were just laughing. And, like, I looked at Dan and I said, hey, Dan, you know what I think our generation has to do? I think we have to drop this Joe Montana is better than Tom Brady crap.
Right.
And Dan started laughing. He was like, okay, I'm with you. And, like, literally we agreed at that moment. That's it. Like, that's it. I'm a firm believer, whether we want to admit it or not, like, we become our fathers at some point in time, right? Oh, you talk about this Barry Sanders. You didn't see Gale Sayers play. And it's like, shut up with that, old man. Like,
this is why I told you can't take the old heads, word
no,
for
you
it
can't.
all the time.
So I think once you realize that you're kind of becoming that guy, and we all are, as we go on, we're all becoming that guy, okay? The next quarterback is waiting to argue with you, KG.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
He might be in 8th grade right now, but about 10 years from now, right? He's going to come out, he's going to lay claim, and you're going to go, I saw Tom Brady, man.
Yeah, of course.
That it's just, but with, I don't know how anybody could argue with 1 and 2. I don't know how you could put a different name in there. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could put a name for 1 and 2. Now let's revisit this to your point, Justin. If Patrick Mahomes stays on this trajectory, okay, let's say the next 5 years are like what we've seen in the previous 5, we need to have a conversation about putting Patrick Mahomes at number 2. We really legitimately need to have that conversation.
How many Super Bowls does he have to win?
Shit, another one.
You know what? I don't even know if it's about Super Bowls now. Let's say he mixes in a couple, but he stays at that elite level. It might be that. It's so hard to say. This goes back to, I used to lose my mind when the whole LeBron legacy shit started.
Yeah.
It was about 2011. Mm-hmm. And people would talk about LeBron and legacy in 2011. And I'd laugh to myself. I was like, how the hell are we talking about a guy's legacy when he's probably got 15 years left?
Right.
Like, how stupid is that?
But it was because of how great he was at the time. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. He did a lot in a little bit of time, man. And you got to account for that. Just like we bring up, the old heads maybe kind of exaggerating things a little bit. You do have to account for the newer generation of talent as we go along these lists. And with Patrick Mahomes, what he's done in his career to this point has been nothing short of remarkable. Like, we've never seen anything like it. And similar to LeBron, although it took him a while to get the championships, he was everything that all the projections that was cast on him coming out of college. Oh, he's the king. He's going to do this, this, and this. He lived up to all of it. He really did, when you think about it.
See, there are some names from when I was really little, like Terry Bradshaw was a money guy. I don't know if I want to put Terry Bradshaw as one of the best quarterbacks, but he was a money guy. When it got to money time,
he would, yeah.
That dude just got it done in those Super Bowls. Roger Staubach's another guy, the former Cowboys quarterback. Like, he was never out of a game.
Yeah.
Like, he was never, his nickname was Captain Comeback, for goodness sake. So I think sometimes there are some guys that fall through the cracks a little bit, and that's where I say to myself, okay, does a guy like Drew Brees really belong on there? Brett Favre, as magical as he was, for every 2 good things he did for the Packers, he did one incredibly dumb thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hard to argue with what he did, the totality of his career.
But this is why Super Bowls don't necessarily mean everything.
I agree with you.
You said Drew Brees, it's really because of the passing records that he broke. Aaron Rodgers, it's because he was a 4-time MVP and he did mix in a Super Bowl in there. So you do got to account for the individual stats as well, and that's why you can't just measure everything by rings. Because,
you guys,
like you said,
KG, as much as we hate him, I'm not doing my job unless I adequately pay homage to prime Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he was a motherfucker.
Hate his gut.
He was a motherfucker.
I can't add anything to that. Yeah, you nailed that. Yeah, that's perfect. I hated his guts, but at some point in time I was like, gosh damn it, I'm watching a great. I mean, he prime Rodgers was phenomenal.
But I'm just saying, Brett, though, Brett, my man Brett, man, I don't know. I personally think they in the same boat. Like, Aaron Rodgers, while he has a lot more records than Favre probably has, I don't really see a difference there. They're the same type of quarterback to me.
I like quarterbacks that are high too, and you have to give Brett a little more love because more often than not he was high as a kite.
Oh yeah,
you know I mean he was just high. It didn't matter, it might Vicodin, whatever the case. You knew the dude was just high as a kite. So
just having fun out there. He's so carefree when he throws the ball.
Do you remember John Madden? That
was his favorite person.
Oh my gosh,
that was his favorite fucking person.
The slurping on a weekly basis, man.
It was horrible.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to get into the Tigers stuff. For you guys in the chat, a word to describe how you felt about the moves yesterday. All right, make sure you want to get in, tap in, get yourself into the chat. Super chat, you go to the front of the line. We'll get that going for you. JB will go over some of those. JB, first, before we hit this long overdue break, shocker, where are we going?
We need to hear from the Massage Chair House.
All right, that is me. My bad. I am tapped out and here today. Thank God it's Friday. And I need some relaxation, man. So why don't I go down to the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki. Located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. God knows what he's talking about, man. So book a visit, go to massagechairhouse.com or scan that QR code that's right smack dab on our screen. Massage Chair House, your ultimate ticket to recovery and relaxation.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. Deposit up to $8,000. But all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. If it doesn't hit, Caesar will throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. Caesar Sportsbook, the best sportsbook around. Scan that QR code. Use code word Woodward1000 and make some money tonight.
All right, so let's recap, okay? Because I think this is a both things can be true situation, and I'm throwing this at you, KG, for a reason, okay? We established this wasn't exactly a banner trade deadline class, right?
No.
This was not, there weren't a lot of, ooh and ahs, okay? Even Suarez. And do you know why I say even Suarez? Because he's a rental.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry, that brings it down. As hot as he is, okay? I mean, what is he, 36 and 87 right now, and he's been on a heater for a while. Oh, okay, I'm not diminishing from what he might bring to your team. But what you're doing is you're getting a guy and basically saying there's a real good chance this guy's going to the market in a few months anyway, right?
Yeah.
Unless he tells you ahead of time, psst, I don't mind staying here. Can we work out an agreement? Okay, so this wasn't a real banner class anyway, all right? However,
right, don't let some fans tell you that, man, what?
However, KG, I asked all of you to give a word to describe how you felt. And although I know this wasn't a banner class, and although I know, as we talked about here yesterday, don't expect the Tigers to do much.
Yeah.
Disheartening is the word that I would use.
Damn, this disheartening?
Disheartening.
Sheesh,
Not quite disappointed level. Like disappointed, something different. Disappointed is yesterday at this time. You can ask Justin. I was disappointed. Okay, I was crash out. But as I had a chance to sleep on it, and I woke up this morning, and I basically applied the things that you and I talked about yesterday. I didn't expect a lot. I think it's disheartening because I watched what those around us did.
Yeah.
That's what makes it disheartening.
And that's always disheartening to our fan base. Like, we have always, just for years upon years upon years, have clamored for the big name across all of our sports teams. And that's one thing that Detroit does not seem, capable of doing, is going out and getting the bigger name. So, I mean, I can get it for sure. And shout out to DNC ENT, my boy in the chat. Don't worry, old Charlie Morton's got it. And listen, man, like, my word would be content. And once again, y'all can hate me in the chat. Y'all can say I'm crazy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All that's cool. Let it fly. I did not have high expectations for this trade deadline because I knew that there was no real savior for the type of problems that the Tigers had, because there's multiple. We all said that they needed multiple relievers. We all said that they needed a starter. We all said that they needed a right-handed bat with some pop. How are you going to get all that in one trade deadline? It's going to be kind of hard. And when an organization like the Tigers, and you look at just the structure, you look at how our owner has behaved over the years and his track record, and you look at Scott Harris, I think a lot of people would agree, and it's funny, I asked Shep and Bray the same question on their show, and they all agree with me. I think everybody would agree that Scott Harris is handicapped to a certain degree. I think the Chris Ilitch factor does matter, and I think that there's only a certain amount of things that Scott Harris can get away with at a given time. And at this trade deadline, I think he was mandated that, hey, you can go out there and make moves, but I'm not necessarily trying to take on a lot of money at this point. So when you look at what they did, they went out and filled a lot of the holes that we wanted filled. They just did it a little bit differently. They did it by volume. They brought in a lot of guys, of course, older guys that are coming off, maybe not having the best season. And you're taking a chance on these guys and your pitching staff and Chris Fetter, and being able to hopefully get something out of one or two of the 7 guys you brought in. And when you look at some of the guys they brought in, Charlie Morton, he's old. Yes, clearly, he's old as hell. But he is somebody capable of pitching in a playoff. He is somebody capable of
Did you
being
watch
out
him in
there.
the playoffs last year?
I'm just saying he has playoff experience. I understand it hasn't been good lately, but he is somebody capable and has that experience. When you
There's
look
a reason
at,
he's not in a Braves uniform. Let's put it like that.
and that's fair enough. Like I'm not gonna argue. Every point that people bring up is fair. Like, I'm not trying to discredit the other side, because when you do look at some of the moves across the landscape, you can understand why Tigers fans are disheartened. But I just knew that the strategy was, we're not gonna go get a big name. And at this point, I would feel more the way that the general public feels in the 2026 offseason. But as of right now, they did what they could, and you are in the midst of a playoff push right now, and you needed some answers, and you got some answers. Hopefully these guys can hold up, but you got a lot more swing and miss in the back end of your bullpen. I'm happy about that. Paddock looks okay to this point. We need to see what he's going to do later. I'm okay with that to this point. My only gripe is that they didn't go get it back.
No, and that was a kick in the groin as well. They needed a bat.
They needed a bat, for sure.
Okay, Justin, what would be your word? What would be your word to describe like what it was yesterday?
I think it was a missed opportunity. I think that they had a chance to become the best team, the prohibitive favorite in the AL. That's the difference. The NL has no prohibitive favorites. There are 4 or 5 teams that could have won that league, but the AL was wide open, and teams took advantage of that at the trade deadline. You saw the Mariners go from being the second or third best team in the AL to now being a prohibitive favorite with the best lineup in the entire AL, top to bottom. And then they also have, even if they're matched up with the Tigers, yes, we have Skubal, the best pitcher in the series, but they have the second best, the third best starter in the series, and they have a better bullpen. Like, we're talking about a team that is now underhanded when it comes to a playoff run. They are not prepared to make a big playoff run this year. Their bullpen was a huge reason, and you've touched on it a ton. Their bullpen was a huge reason they got hot at the end of the year and was able to carry the momentum into the playoffs. Being able to say, no matter who's starting the game, when you get to the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, you're cooked is such an advantage. And you saw against Cleveland last year, because that's why you lost to them, is they were able to do it at a more efficient rate. When the Tigers got to the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, yes, Kerry Carpenter did have that big moment off Clase, but then Clase was lights out for the rest of the series. And we're getting to a point where time and time again, this team is going to be undermatched in playoff series, and you're just not going to be able to win on like gritty talent alone. Like you look at the Astros lineup, they just added Correa to their lineup. On top of that, they have the second and the third best pitchers in the series. Like when we're starting to look this thing, like we're just going to pray that Tarik Skubal is going to come in here and have a better postseason than Madison Bumgarner did when he carried the Giants to a World Series. That's like what we're expecting out of him with this roster, and I think it's unfair to Tarik Skubal.
There's two things that you brought up there that and you guys know I've been saying this in particular about the Astros, okay? Valdez, Brown, Skubal, and that terrifies me.
I hear you.
I wish I could say otherwise. You know, is it the what is your the crazy cop?
Loose cannon cop.
Is it the loose cannon cop? I mean, seriously.
It has to be.
Is it Mize?
It has to be. Somebody is going to have to step up. Like, because you when you brought Jack Flaherty in here, you brought him in here to be your unquestioned number 2. And although he does have times where he seems to lose his shit early in ball games, he is somebody also capable of sitting down a lot of batters. And when he's on, he looks pretty damn good. So somebody got to step up. Casey Mize, he's had a great year to this point, but now he's starting to regress and he's dealt with some injuries. So you need somebody to step up. And, you know, to this point, some Tigers have stepped up. That's why I'm not in the position to keep doubting this team, because every time I've doubted this team, they've, proved me wrong. So
and JB, before we get to you brought up you know my feelings, and I love my guy Maz. Can't wait for Maz to come back in. Okay.
Hey,
when Maz gets it, what are you guys talking about? Don't you remember what happened last year? He started that stuff yesterday, and I was like, Maz, what happened last year, whether we want to admit it or not, was a modern-day miracle, okay? Not just the 0.2%, but that bullpen, doing what that bullpen did. Like honestly, Bo Brisky fell down, bumped his head, and he woke up and he was like, hey, I think I'm Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
Every day he went out there. It was insane. And listen, every day he went out there. There is no way you can expect how that entire bullpen came together and pitching chaos and all that. There's no way that you can expect that to happen again, or anything even close to that to happen again.
No, absolutely. But this is why I say that, I'm not about to keep doubting this team. Like, they have just shown me continuously that they have what the makings to get out of some of the shit that they get in. The 10.5 games back run that they made last year. And yes, you needed the Twins to fall off. Shout out to Minnesota. They always do. But once they got in the playoffs, that's what changed my thinking. Because not only did they get in the playoffs, if they were this, ragtag team that just scrapped and clawed at 10.5 back to make the playoffs, they were supposed to get bounced in the playoffs very, very early. They made noise in the playoffs. That same Astros team that you're talking about, they absolutely dismantled them in that first round.
That Astros team didn't have Isaac Paredes. That Astros team didn't have Carlos Correa. That Astros team doesn't have Jeremy Pena coming off injury. They didn't just add bullpen help. Like, this Astros team is better than they were last year.
They still had Hunter Brown.
They both went like that.
They still had a lot of the same makeup of the same players on that team. And I'm not trying to, doubt you, Justin, but they get to the next series and they go to distance in the very next series against the Guardians, and it was literally just Tarik Skubal being tapped out and gassed out at that point as to the reason we didn't get to the AL.
What do you think is going to happen when we don't have consistent starting pitching in the playoffs? Do you think we're going to gas out Skubal again?
I think it's different. I think it's different.
I don't think it is different.
You have way more options this time around than you did that.
But you don't in the bullpen. I
think you do. You do. You brought in 7 fucking guys. That's not a small number.
And all of them need to be fixed. fixed. If, ands, or buts, if it's a sunny day on a Tuesday, they're good. Like, what are we talking about here, KG?
This is what I expect from the fucking Tigers. This is what they've shown me to this point. Nobody expected
Yeah, Chris
them to be in the
Fenner,
position
here,
they're
pull
in.
bullpen help out of your ass. Like what? Like, that's literally what they're asking him to do. They are literally asking Chris Fenner to fix every single guy that we just added at the trade deadline.
You don't have to fix every guy. Out of 7, at least 2 of those guys should work. And that's all you really need going into the playoff series. You know, you got Chris Paddock. You got somebody like
we traded
Charlie Morton.
for 7 guys, and 2 of them are good. What? Woo! Masterclass! Yes,
what
Scott Harris! Woo!
What do you expect when you trade low A guys though?
I'm not saying to not trade low A guys. We have
nobody.
5 players in the top 100. I'm not saying get rid of Clark or McGonigal, but I'm saying that the Lorenzos, I don't want to get rid of all of them, but getting rid of one of them is not going to kill this franchise if it's for someone who can make an impact. We are now the 4th or 5th best team in the AL. That is not okay.
Y'all keep saying that, but it's got to play out on the fucking field.
All right.
Flat out. We thought we would get bounced by the Astros last year. No way we can beat the fucking
I didn't think we were going to get bounced by the Astros.
Like, come on, man.
I thought we'd win that series, but I also thought we weren't going to make the playoffs when we were 10 games down. So
once again, I'm not saying it's a masterclass. These aren't the moves
not
that
a
I would have
masterclass.
made. But considering the situation and what the hell he had at his disposal, he did what he could do. And I'm okay. He didn't stand pat. He didn't just sit with his dick in his hand and say, oh, fuck it. He went out and did something, and something tangible.
He didn't do what he could because what he could have done is traded someone with value to get someone with value. I want someone in a trade deadline, literally from any of our teams, that is, that guy's good.
Who was coming
that
to
guy
save
is
us?
good.
Who was
Day in
coming
and
to
day
save
out.
us?
That guy was good.
Who in this trade deadline that you get on this team and the Tigers are winning the World Series?
I literally think that you win the AL if you would have got Suarez.
I'm not talking about the AL. I'm talking about the World Series.
I mean, you do what Seattle
Who
did.
put
You
you
have
over the
if you
top?
have the exact same trade deadline as Seattle, you have a chance to win the World Series.
Listen,
straight up.
if I'm trading any of my top prospects, that move has to put me in a better position for the World Series, not just the AL, the World fucking Series.
You know what, KG? By the way, the best lesson that I can tell young people in this business, and I'm serious when I say this, know when to shut up. You two went off, so you know what? JB and I were like,
we
"What's
just
up,
sit
JB?"
back. Yeah,
we were talking about Jameis Winston. We were actually
Proud to be an American.
Listen, so you saw the clip that Maz sent us last night.
Yeah.
Maz sent us a clip last night. Ken Rosenthal, like great baseball guy, okay? Ken Rosenthal said, "You make moves to win a World Series."
Thank you.
The Detroit Tigers did not make moves to win a World Series.
Exactly.
Period. I don't know how anybody could say otherwise. Would you agree with that?
I would absolutely
They
agree
did
with
not
that.
make
But
moves to
once
win a
again,
World Series.
To me, they were never a World Series team. They were a ALCS type of team. They are very good. On some days, they are really, really good. They are not elite. There's a lot of problems with this team, even still today. And that's why I didn't expect that much from this trade deadline. I'm sorry. That's just me, though. That's just me.
I don't think there is. I think the qualifications for me to be a World Series contender is that everyone in your lineup, 1 through 9, has over a 700 OPS. We have that. Do they have a bullpen that can shut you down 7, 8, 9? If we would have traded for a legitimate closer, yes. Is the starting rotation led by a dominant pitcher? Yes. We have Terry Skubal. We were a one more legitimate power bat that could have made a difference in a series away from being a legit contender. Because all you need is that one guy to get hot. You see it every single year. There's a guy who just tears through. Like the Braves, you had Jorge Soler and Eddie Rosario come out of nowhere and lead that team to a World Series. You literally just need guys who can get hot like that, and that is literally the definition of what Eugenio Suarez is. Eugenio Suarez is going to go in for the Mariners and be clubbing in the playoffs.
Is he going to put the Mariners over the top?
Yes.
You think over the top?
They are the best team in the AL.
Ooh. That's a big statement.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
They are the best team in the AL right now. They have the best lineup, the most power. They have you can argue, but they have a top 3 rotation, and they have one of the best bullpens in the AL. They are a complete team.
You want to know why I know
If
this?
I had to pick one, I'd pick Houston. Seriously. No disrespect to the Jays, no disrespect to the Tigers. I'd still pick Houston.
That is fair. But I think that there is an argument that those two teams are in a class of their own now in the AL.
I think that's fair.
I think the Blue Jays have a couple holes. They're not complete in the way that those two teams are. And I think that the Tigers are also not complete. They are missing a right-handed power bat.
But they've been missing that the whole time. That's just my problem. And not to call you out, Justin. I'm not coming at you per se, but we all know this ain't a World Series team. You want to know how I know this ain't a World Series team? All this offseason, we were doom and fucking gloom. All this offseason, we were like, oh, they didn't make any additions. This team's going to be shit. This infield defense, there's no way they can compete. You want to know how I know we're not a World Series team? This last 2 weeks that we just went through, everybody said that the Tigers were done. Everybody gave up on this team. They said that we were going to lose our AL lead, and they weren't even going to. I've heard people say they weren't even going to make the playoffs. That's how I know they are not ready yet. And that's just where I'm not willing to just go out in the trade market and do all these willy-nilly moves and just give my future away for some right now moves that might not pan out. If we get a Eugenio Suarez on this team and it doesn't turn out in the World Series, we are going to be looking dumb as fuck. And I'm not in a position to do that, especially for a rental. That's just me.
Then you know what my response to that is, and you know how I feel about prospects, okay? I can't tell you how many times I heard somebody say something along these lines. Well, don't worry, Max Clark and McGonigal are going to be here soon. They're going to be here. They're going to be here next September call-ups. They're going to be a big part of the team, a huge part of the team in 2027. And then I sit back and I say, oh, goody gumdrops, just in time to lose the best pitcher
exactly.
in baseball.
Right. No,
and that's what fucking pisses me off.
But that could be
because it's a kicking the can down the road shit, man. It is.
I hear you, absolutely, and I'm not down that at all. I guess just with me and the way I think that this farm system is a little different from the ones in years past. I really have a belief and a confidence in what Scott Harris has brought in terms of just his scouting, his player evaluation. He goes out and they have built a system in which it works. Like, he drafts good young players, and yes, we do need to see what they do at the MLB level, but I just have a little more confidence in the prospects that we do have in our building. And maybe that's just on me. That's just my thought process.
All right, hey, let's go to JB now, who's been patiently waiting for the last 52 minutes.
Yes.
No, you guys, hey, listen, all jokes aside.
It's passionate talk.
That was awesome.
No.
Yes.
Like I said,
that's our clip segment.
Sometimes you know what we need to do? Like JB, I honest to God, you got to know when to shut up in this business. You guys brought it, and I'm going to sit back. That's fantastic. I love that shit. If you got some thoughts in the chats, jump in. Super chats, again, we get you to the front of the line. We'll put you up on the screen and everything. JB, a word, how did you feel at about 6:45 yesterday when we realized the Tigers weren't doing anything else?
Sean, you're completely correct. Just shut up and sit back, because these two were amazing. I was just over here just eating my popcorn just because they were going back at it, and it's entertaining as hell. If I had to choose a word, it's probably pragmatic, and not in a good way. The simple fact that you took some low-end risk upgrades that you thought in your head were going to help out a little bit. I do agree with Justin. You're going to have to sit here and fix every single one of these guys' pitching to help out somehow, some way. I would have loved to have seen him grab another bat to help out this team, but you didn't want to take that risk, that high risk, to go and shoot for a superstar that you truly needed in this era right now, that you have a good run with this team. Maybe you're trying to reserve and save some money to hopefully pay off Scooble, but who knows? But you sat here and just tried to rebuild the bullpen in your way to think that, hey, this team can still get us to the World Series. But when in actuality, you need a lot more help than you think.
For real. That's where we're at. I'd love to be surprised.
Coming.
Listen, I'd love to be surprised. I'd love to see them do the type of run. I do not think, I'm telling you right now, and you guys you save the clip, KG, remind, I don't think this team wins a playoff series this year. I do not think this team wins a playoff series.
Wow.
I'm not in that boat. I'm not. I still think everything is.
I think it depends on the matchup. There's a couple terrible matchups for us.
There's two reasons why I feel that way. I think we're going to get the first round bye. I do.
And we're going to get cold.
I think we're going to get the first round bye. And then when you get the first round bye, you have to play the other division winner, which will probably be the Houston Astros or one of those hot wild card teams. You know, which is it going to be? Seattle?
Right.
Is it going to be
Texas?
No.
We don't know.
We all forgot about Texas. I'm sorry, I said that.
out.
We all
Yeah,
forgot about Texas, right? It's like, Oh, shit, they won a World Series a couple of years ago, right? I think both those teams down in Texas are dangerous as shit. So, like, so Houston Tigers, round 2. Houston's coming off, a series. Detroit's been sitting for a couple of weeks. I like Houston's chances a lot.
I feel you, but there's a lot of baseball left. A lot of things can happen.
No doubt.
It might look totally different by the time we get towards October. So I'm just saying, man, I think about this differently. Once again, this is just my thinking on it. I know I'm not thinking like everybody else, and that's fine. But would we all say that what they got in the trade deadline is better than Diedrich Ends and some of the other guys that got DFA'd in the process?
Don't know yet.
Would you say that we upgraded at the very least from what we had?
With Paddock and Morton, yes, because listen, I know. Let's all insert our let's all insert our Charlie Martin jokes, okay? Yeah. Right? I mean, he was alive the last time the Tigers won the World Series. He actually looks older than Baligian. Like, honestly, insert every joke, okay? Now, can we talk like adults? He's been pretty good for a significant amount of time,
and he has veteran experience, and that's what
I think that counts for something. The other guys, since you brought up Finnegan, I'm not being honest with myself if I don't say that improves the situation.
They upgraded.
The other guys, I don't know. Yay, hooray.
I'm not saying they the best upgrades in the world, but it's better than what the fuck you had. Clearly, like anybody with eyes can see that.
And Morton has been pitching a little better since.
He has the last month and a half. He really has.
May and June, he had a pretty solid, and then he's ballooned up on his last start, but he's been all right.
Yeah,
so
he kind of settled down, and again, you guys, this isn't like Charlie Morton forget a couple of years ago, 8 years ago. Ain't that guy anymore, okay? And I know some pitchers, you often hear pitchers say, well, you know what, you learn how to pitch and stuff, and I think this is a guy, if you look at his career trajectory, you take a deep dive, this is a guy that learned how to pitch, and not that long ago was a really damn good pitcher.
Yeah.
But he's also, he's 41 years old, man.
But you get what you get. When you low bargain shop like that, these guys aren't going to be perfect coming in.
No question.
For the value and what he gave up in the process, you didn't lose anything. And I love that.
Is there a chance he comes out of the bullpen? I feel like there's especially in the playoffs, because the starters are going to shrink, and I could see him being that last starter, but at the same time, I could also see him serving as a nice inning filler.
Are you running with a 4-man rotation?
Yes.
Okay, if you're running with the 4-man rotation, like it or not,
to start.
I think he's one of the guys.
You do? I think you don't think it's Paddock?
Well, would it be Paddock?
I think it'd be Paddock.
It might be Paddock.
And that's why
it might be.
Morton might be a spot starter / bullpen arm in the playoffs.
That could be what they're planning for. Maybe they wanted to, get as many people as they could, so they maybe can bump a pseudo starter to a relief role if they have to in the playoffs. That could be a strategy for the Tigers.
Yeah, Justin. I think that's an interesting question. Because you don't have the 5-man rotation.
No,
you're not going with that. And who's kidding who? If Jack's on one of his heaters, I'd be fine with a 2-man rotation. Okay,
I feel you, but no,
it's better than last year.
Yeah, right.
Assuming it's a 4-man rotation, okay, Skubal, Flaherty, Mize, and let's just say Paddock gets that 4th spot. You're going with a 4-man rotation. Charlie Morton as a relief arm. I think that's pretty serviceable. And some of these other guys that you got, I think that'll, benefit well for the Tigers in the playoffs. It's better than what we had last year. You'll have more options available to you.
Morton's still a pretty high strikeout guy. That's why I also suggested it, because he's got a low whip, and I feel like if you just let him turn it loose a little bit in the bullpen, not carry it over a couple innings, it might help him.
Yeah, you just can't. I'm telling you, Casey Mize in particular. He's just been living dangerously. He's been able to get out of it, but eventually, when you put that many guys on base, it's gonna hurt you. I'm sorry, it's gonna hurt you. JB is just sitting over there seething because we're not just late for a break. This might be a record.
We got into it.
This might be a record for being late for a break. JB, whatever you want to do here so we can get back on track, we'll do that. Don't forget, coming up at the end of the show, there's only one way to end it. What's trending with JB? But JB, where are we going?
We got to hear from Planet Fitness and Jack's Car Wash, and then when we come back, we'll clear up the super chats that we got going on.
Live reads.
I can talk to you about Planet Fitness. I've been a member since 2005. Planet Fitness Northville is the spot for me. True story, I was there a couple days ago, and this dude walks up to me. He was like, "Great show this morning." I was like, "Thank you." That's how easy and convenient Planet Fitness is. There's one probably very close to you. It's cheap, and I could never understand why people pay all the big money to go to these big, giant gyms. You got everything you need at Planet Fitness. It's right in your backyard. So make sure you become part of the movement and jump into Planet Fitness.
Hey, and listen, man, you're arguing with the younger crowd, bro. That shit will tire you out, man. Much love, Justin. I'm tired as hell right now. But shout out to my boy Justin. But Jack's Car Wash, shout out to them, our newest sponsor here at Woodward Sports. Looking for a sparkling clean ride? I think you are, man. It's still summertime. You want to look good driving your car. Woodward Sports and Jack's Car Wash have partnered to hook you up with a free, yes, I said free, Free car wash. Just text WSN to 888-522-1729 and enjoy top-tier service with free vacuums, compressed air, matte cleaning rooms, and hand towel drying. With 40-plus locations across Michigan, Jack's Car Wash is your go-to for that fresh off-the-lot shine. Go to jackscarwash.com to see a location near you. Don't wait. Text now and shine on.
Summer's heating up and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's Hot Summer Sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The Hot Summer Sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
I don't think there's any coincidence that the word law has 3 letters and then is 3 letters. When you're looking for justice, when you're looking for a guy that will fight for you, Ven Johnson is where you got to look. It's not just Ven. He's got a great team with him. Justice means a lot of different things to a lot of people. With Ven Johnson, it means winning. It means getting what is coming for you. Ven Johnson Law, that's your only choice.
And let me tell you about Les Stanford Buick and GMC, because they have some great deals for you today. It's not too late to get in the car before that snow hits the ground. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUT lease special for $599 per month with tax, of course, or try out the 2025 Hummer EV SUV lease special at $699 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation lease special for only $169 a month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC. For all these specials, go to lesstanford.com.
Man, I was digging that segment. You too. Yes. I mean, that was like, seriously.
It got
I know,
real, man.
Know a lot of people in the chat jumping in about that. I think, you know what, you guys basically covered the bases. Like, I think this is a both things can be true conversation. I'm not trying to play peacemaker between you two. You knew nothing big was going to happen. Deep down inside, Justin knew that, okay?
Yeah.
He knew it. He may not admit it, but he knew nothing big was going to happen. And yes, a lot of it comes from the ownership. And I will continue to say this until proven otherwise. I have no reason to believe that the ownership of this team is going to go over the top. I have no reason to believe that. Yeah. And if he proves me wrong, I will be the first person to look right in that screen, right at you, and say, hey, guys, we kind of got to drop it about our owner.
Yeah.
We do. We all got to until that point. I reserve the right to say I have zero reason to believe that this guy's ever going to go over the top, okay? But the flip side to that is Justin's right too.
Yeah.
You know what? We could have done better.
Yeah.
We could have done
Notice
better.
I didn't say you was wrong not
Right,
one time
right.
during that whole shit.
And that's
You're
why
not wrong.
it was funny. Well, you guys, I'm glad. I can't say you're wrong. I can't say you're right. I think that is the truth was somewhere in the middle. That's why I use the word disheartening. I knew, but I didn't want to know.
Right. No, and I agree with you, and especially on the Chris Ilitch point, there is going to come a time in which you have to spend money. If you really want to keep up with the Joneses and the MLB, your payroll needs to be more than what it is, and nobody's asking for top 5 payroll because we know that's not realistic with the type of owner that we have, but there's no reason why you shouldn't be top 10, top 15.
Can I say this?
You can do a lot if you just spend a little bit more money.
Can I say this? I'm going to look at the standings right now, just to kind of prove a point, okay? Right now, I want to look at the current standings as we sit here today, okay? So we know that the Tigers and the Jays are tied for the best record in the American League.
Yep.
And as I brought this up yesterday, you guys know who the best team in baseball is, right? The Milwaukee Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
They are. There is not a snowball's chance in hell the Milwaukee Brewers or the Detroit Tigers win the World Series. You know that, right?
Yes. Point blank.
And you know why? Exactly what you just said.
They don't spend.
Milwaukee's further down the list than I think they're at 21.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can fact check me. I think they're at 21. Okay. Milwaukee's been a really cute franchise for a long time now. Really.
Yep.
You know that it seems like they're in the playoffs every damn year. They're never going to win. Sorry, money counts. It still does.
Nah, money talks in a no-cap league, and until that salary cap comes, the only way that you're really going to be able to compete is if you go out there and open that checkbook. And I do feel at some point it has to happen, and that's the one thing Chris Ilitch has not given us this whole time, besides maybe a bad Javier Baez contract. So I totally agree. Once again, I don't sweat the fans that feel the other way. I really do genuinely get both sides. These are just my expectations and how I view this team at this point right now.
All right, I got a lot of super chats we did miss.
All right, we're going to get to that in a second. I want to fact check myself, okay? For what it's worth, this is in real time from Sport Track, okay? The Tigers right now are currently at 16. Milwaukee is at 22. You aren't winning a World Series, guys. Don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're at 16, to be honest with you.
Thanks for playing. All right, let's get to them. JB, what do we got?
It's because we paid Alex Cobb $15 million.
Right?
Like I said, this is why I let the super chats build up, because you guys were just going off on everything. But shout out to everyone sending in super chats. Going back a little bit, we got to shout out Ask a Bum sending in $5. He said, Raiders fan who adopted the Lions as my NFC team. I really feel the Lions and Raiders fan base are very similar, outlaws and misfits and all that.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, seriously. Tap in anytime,
Raiders ain't doing
man.
nothing. We know that, so.
Tap in anytime. What once proud franchise, man. They were the shit.
Commitment to excellence, right?
Right? Yeah.
Another $5 from Silas. He sends in and says, when the argument of Montana, Brady, and Mahomes is how many Super Bowls they didn't win, you know we just need a Mount Rushmore. Don't bother ranking them.
Yeah, dude, he comes correct often.
Oh,
I'm cool with that. Like, don't worry, Mount Rushmore, put them all up there.
Gotcha. $9.99 from Dante151. Shout out. He said, I know I am probably the only person who will say this, but I didn't hate what the Tigers got before the trade deadline. Yes, I know they didn't get a bat, but they went and got what they were in need of.
That's my thoughts exactly.
I can't say I hate it. Like, Justin, do you hate it?
No.
I don't hate it.
And that's...
I'm a greedy son of a bitch who wanted more.
That is my point. We all want more.
I'm disheartened that it wasn't more.
We're Detroit fans. We always want more. But this is not a market that just goes out and gets big-time players. We just don't.
I am disheartened.
Just wasted a year of the window, though.
I am disheartened.
And maybe that's correct.
I am disheartened that we, as Ken Rosenthal said, it looks like we're not a serious let's go for it team right now. And I hate perception being reality.
Yeah.
And I think that goes hand in hand with our owner. It does. I think both those conversations go hand in hand.
It's frustrating. Maybe I'm just, happy that we have winning baseball again, and that could just be me being a slappy, and I accept that. I do.
That's fair. Another $5 from Silas. He sends in, said, this should cheer you all up. The Twins traded away 40% of their starters, and the Guardians are going to get nothing for Quan. Also, Angels buying?
Did you
That's
guys
crazy.
Did you guys see that the Instagram page for the Twins? Like, my kid showed me this last night, and like we're sitting on the couch watching the lines, and he goes, Dad, look at this shit, and he hands his phone over to me. Their whole Instagram page, like you know how their whole Instagram page was saying thank you and goodbye to different players they traded away. The entire fucking thing. And they were in lines of 3. There was the top 3, there was the middle 3, then the next 3. Then I mean, it was just saying goodbye, thank you and goodbye to all these players. That's some funny
They got
shit.
popped on the Correa contract.
Oh.
The retain that they have on some of those years. I was sitting there, I was like, that is so tough, Minnesota.
nasty.
Oh my God. They're eating like over 50% of his cap some years.
Oh, dude.
Especially when he's like old as shit too. Like they took all the back end money.
Right.
Like that is where.
Right.
Hey, thank you, Minnesota.
You got it.
Justin, stop shaking your titties for the camera, bro. We don't want to see that.
I need a massage after
brains out of boy.
that blowout with you,
Dude.
Keith.
All right, JB, anything
You
else
done tired me out too, man.
We got some more still. Shout out to IT Hip sending in $5. He said, I'm with Justin. The odds are maybe 2 of these top 5 prospects will be good. So that was beyond dumb, not trading 1 or 2 of them for quality players.
You guys know my feeling. I have said this for years. Fuck prospects. I will take my chances. On a known over an unknown every day. And if I miss, I miss. But you know what? For everyone you name that I miss, I can give you 5 names. I can give you 10 names. I can give you Matt Manning. Matt Manning 2 years ago, if we were sitting in this spot, people would have crucified me if I suggested trading Matt Manning. Crucified me.
Where he at now?
Right.
God damn. R.I.P., man.
All right.
Yeah. Some more, once again, $2 from Michael Weary. He sends in, says, Scott can only do what Chris allows him to do.
Big facts.
Hey, my favorite drop in the world.
That's little Chris.
Big, and you know what?
Shout out Neil,
Justin, man. I think we can apply that to Steve Yzerman. I think there's a modicum of that going on with Steve Yzerman.
Yep.
Even with a cap.
You got to acknowledge
There's a reason why they're closer to the cap floor than the cap ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, one last one from Dante151-199 sending in. But Sean and Justin, JV was there to be taken.
I would have took JV back. I'm just saying. I'd have been cool with that.
All right, can I ask you this? Was it for baseball reasons or sentimental reasons?
Come on, you know it's for sentimental reasons.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's
You know it is.
You have to take your emotion out of it.
But
You
is
just do.
it that much worse than Charlie Morton?
It's not.
I want to go to break now.
That's such a lateral move. Like if it would have been like JV instead of Charlie Morton.
No, but fans would have been a lot more fucking happy. I know
Yeah, they
y'all would
would've.
be singing the
100%.
praises of Scott Harris. Oh, JV's on.
You know,
Like,
yeah,
They would
seriously,
be
people
blowing
like,
Scott Harris.
JV's on. Like, get the fuck
They would
on,
literally
man. Oh, I
on their
love our-
knees.
I love our fans.
JV is here,
You
back.
know how
I love our
You
fans.
know how funny like it is to think of like JV like when he came on the scene, dude. That's like 2 decades ago now.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
that. Like I had him on when he won Rookie of the Year, and he's such a classy guy. He knew what like a big baseball fan my son was. I shit you not. At the end of the interview, he says to me, and he goes, "Hey, make sure you say hi to Jack for me."
Yeah.
So I played that clip for my son. My kid's like 4 years old at the time. He's like, Justin Verlander said hi to me, and it's like, JV. By the way, my son works for the Tigers now. So what's up? You know, life is funny like that. But dude, it's been 2 decades.
It really has.
Like, it's
been.
crazy.
It's crazy,
what the
man.
fuck?
JV
All right.
had aura though.
What? See, I told you Anson was coming in. Anson wants to keep the post-game show coming. So when we're done, Anson's coming back in with the post-game show. Justin, run out, get some more buddies. We're rolling all day.
He gonna be doing that shit by himself. I am not.
You guys, no, seriously, the coverage.
It's a one-man show.
The coverage was on fire yesterday, and if you think the coverage being on fire in the exhibition season is something, wait till we get to the regular season. JB, where are we going before we find out what's trending?
We got a double up. So over to me for Gold Crown, and then I'll send it back to you for Lady James. Because shout out Gold Crown, because at Gold Crown, concentrates are their bread and butter, crafting elite collaboration extracts since the caregiver days. Gold Crown has partnered with craft growers across Michigan to bring you exclusive full spectrum concentrates, infused pre-rolls, and that live resin infused gummies as well too. Their new line Crown Jewels is here, gluten-free, effect-based, and coated in nerves for that extra little pop. Gold Crown is in over 300 dispensaries statewide. Smoke like royalty. All rise for the reigns of royal highs with Gold Crown.
All right, I want to tell you about Lady Jane's. You guys, I am a simple person. All the things I talk about are simplicity, okay? Lady Jane's is simplicity. I'm also a creature of habit, okay? I've been going to Lady Jane's forever and a day. Like so many things we talk about, there's one probably near you. Why don't you come down here sometime to the main castle, okay? Great people out here. Maybe you can sit behind the glass and throw things at Justin while Justin's having a crash out. But most importantly, you can get yourself a great haircut. Open 7 days a week. Open late so you can pop in after work. Beautiful stylist. What more could you ask for? Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Summer's heating up and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's Hot Summer Sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The Hot Summer Sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
Yeah, for sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
Now throw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. 5 locations, conveniently located. You got Highland, you got New Hudson, you got Lansing, you got the old stomping grounds. Get them L's up for Livonia, the mean streets of Livonia. And now for me, I'm closer to Novi. That's where we got my daughter's car. Convenience, simplicity, that's what I'm all about. This month's special, check this out. You only got a limited time to take advantage of this. The 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew, $189 a month for a lease. Are you kidding me? The 2026 Equinox LT, only $209. Like I said, these deals end August 10th, so get your behind to Feldman Chevrolet.
And I thought we was going to smoke the weed before we got the car, but we got the car before we smoked the weed, so it's all good. But let's enjoy some Loom cannabis now. And I need a drink after all that, and refreshing buzzing has got me covered, man. Watermelon, cherry, strawberry, or cool off with the 2 new summer flavors, raspberry lemonade and peach. Crack a can, take a sip, and catch a buzz. Available at all of Loom's 38 locations across the great state of Michigan. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in store, and you can start by going to loom.com for all those great deals.
All right, so playing the role before we get to what is trending with JB. Anson's in here playing the role of Dana White. You know, before the big UFC fights, the obligatory Dana White gets between the, okay, guys, settle down. Yeah, Dana, I'm sure they're going to fight, and you're going to stop them if they really wanted to fight. But Anson, what's up, my man? Great job last night.
Thank you. Morning, everybody. Yeah, I was racing in here so I could get in between these two, but you know, I'm thinking about it. I appreciate everybody that made it out to watch the shows last night. We had a great time, but you know, these two left here at about 12:30.
Yes.
Drove to the west side of Detroit together. They probably didn't leave each other's side until well after 1 a.m. and then they were back here butt crack of dawn. So I needed a cigarette after that one. I'm not going to lie.
That was
about it.
outstanding.
Real quick, though, I got to look at this shirt here. I don't know if you guys, Sean, you know what Vineyard Vines is?
Yes, I
It's
do.
about $100 shirt there. And you see the hat that damn thing's wearing?
No, I just noticed that.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at
If that isn't a double down, I don't know what is. But,
Richie
yeah,
Rich.
man, that segment was hot.
Richie
Appreciate all you guys.
Rich.
Appreciate all you guys that got joined up with us last night for the pregame watch party and postgame. We're doing that for the rest of the Lions games. But I can't wait for JB's segment. Let's go.
Hey, let's add to the lure. Justin had the Jaguar last night as well, so I'm just saying he had the F type last night.
Never
I'm just
apologize
saying.
for it, man.
He had the F type.
Listen, never apologize for it.
Hey, me and KG had a good ride.
Oh, we did have a good ride. Great ride.
Never apologize for it. Ever. Never. Your dad worked his ass off, got to where he was. Mad respect. I mean that.
My mom's car.
And
Shout
your
out-
mom
shout
worked
out
her
my
ass
mom.
off, too. All right? You can burn the shirt, but, I mean, never, ever apologize. All right, JB, let's go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to Gold Crown for sponsoring What's Trending with JB Smooth. I'll quickly get through these because we got to record Woodward Wingside right after this as well, too.
Oh, shit.
KG, I'm going to need your help.
God damn.
KG, I'm
We
going
gotta
to need your
do
help
wings.
with this one as well,
We'll
too.
figure out Studio B, but go ahead, JB. My bad.
Oh, no, you're good. KG, I'm going to need your help with this one as well, too, because shout out Anson and you guys for last night. You had some Chicago people in the chat, so explain this, because apparently Chicagoans are just weird. They are now discovering a unique way to relieve stress by gathering together on Sundays and screaming into Lake Michigan.
What the literal
I
fuck?
think that's one political party, sir.
To be honest with you, I'm not mad at this because you got to find some way to release constructively. And if you don't have a Woodward Sports platform to where you can get into it with an intern, then I would think this is a better alternative. So
I will say I've been on that pier watching the sunrise. It is money, absolutely beautiful.
beautiful.
With the
Isn't
city
that
in the
like what?
background.
Didn't John and Yoko do that? It was called Scream Therapy or some shit like that.
I don't think it's new. I think it's been around for a while. I feel like I've seen this at least, I don't know, 5 times in the last couple of years.
I would love to like hide about 100 yards back with like dozens of eggs and just throw eggs. And now you got something to scream about, bitch. Like just firing eggs at him. Now you can scream.
I'd pay to see that.
All right, go ahead.
no,
Look,
big
they're all hugging each other, and
Sean
you
just
screamed
egging
into
them
a
and shit.
lake. What are you hugging yourselves for? Watch. What the?
KG, if you notice,
These are
white
the-
people
Look.
shit.
yeah, I was
Well,
just.
yeah. All right, I'm not gonna argue
I
with
was
that.
shy. There's one brother
What
in
the
there.
hell are you hugging for?
There's one brother in there. He might be washed though. I can't lie to you, but I mean,
Listen, no, you know, dude, he's trying to get laid.
yeah,
Let's
well,
be
yeah,
honest.
Double agent.
He's trying to get
big
laid.
facts. Big facts.
Yeah. Boy, is that disturbing.
I mean, these are the type of people I would expect to be doing this. Though.
yeah, well, there's something for that.
Hey, you can't afford therapy. You got to get it out somehow. So.
Oh my
You
goodness
gotta get it out
gracious.
somehow, some way.
Jeez, oh Pete.
But yeah, there's that going on in Chicago. And finally, I will end What's Trending with this. Do you guys remember your first and last day of working, but it's not as quick as this guy did?
Oh, not
That
with the
is
shit
the
open,
beer
bro.
truck open
Come
in
on,
the back.
dog. Bro, you just lost your job.
Oh.
You just lost your job in a big way.
Oh, dude.
Your first and last day on the job.
No.
No, what get me? All the doors? I can understand leaving one door open. You left all the doors open.
So cooked.
Yeah, bro, you lost your job. You know how much merchandise they lost in
Yeah,
that
you
one
don't
convention?
come back from that.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Yep, just drop the truck off and dip.
Yeah, there's no second chance for
Wrap it
that.
up, B.
It just that's it. That's it.
Wrap it up.
Hey, appreciate you guys tapping in. We got to hurry up out of here. Always programming. Keep it to Woodward. You know how it works. More programming coming up at 11 o'clock. Big D, Bray, and Shep. Heavyweights tonight. Appreciate you all. Have yourselves a great weekend. We'll talk to you again Monday morning right here on Woodward Sports. Peace.